the other man that's been sort of talked about by Dana White to return to the UFC is GSP, and he's a guy that everybody has wanted to see.
Oh, that was ridiculous.
Well, what do you make of it? I mean, Dana says
I just don't like it because it's like it just feels like. Now, obviously, he did one time, right? He fought Michael Bisping, but he essentially retired. What, 2013, correct?
I think so. Yeah.
2013.
Against
So now
Hendricks,
we're 6 years later. Now he did have one fight, so I'll give him credit for that. But it seems like probably about once a quarter, his name pops up linked to somebody.
Yep.
You know, and it's just like, dude, like, are you gonna fight or are you not gonna fight? If you're not gonna fight, cool, that's fine. You're great. You're one of the greatest of all time. That's great, right? If you are gonna fight, hey, let's get you in here. Let's see you fight a few people. That's great also. But it's kind of the same gig that Conor's pulling right now. Conor is, every time he calls out somebody, but we haven't seen him in the cage. And so it's like, you're either going to do this or you're not going to do this. And it's cool for a little bit, but now, you've been doing the same thing over and over and over. It's just like, okay, either do it or don't do it. We don't want to hear about it anymore.
And do you think, I mean, and 155 as well, and he's close to 40, do you think he could be the guy that actually dethrones Khabib, or is it just a little bit too late even to talk about this fight?
I mean, he looked good against Michael Bisping, and if you said find someone to beat Khabib, he's a very good choice. So I think there's a possibility of that happening, but I don't think it's like I said, I don't want to speculate till something actually happens.
Yeah, I was gonna ask sort of how interested you still are in that fight, because you obviously wanted to fight him for a long time.
Yeah, I would love it.
Yeah. Do you feel like that's
sort of... This again where I feel like it's disingenuous. When I was 19-0 and I was rolling and I beat George Masvidal, like that's the track I'm on. And now what I realize is I need to go get a few wins before I start talking about GSP and Khabib again. If I start talking about GSP again, everyone's gonna roll their fucking eyes at me because it's ridiculous. Now, if I go get a couple wins, now when I say this thing, people don't roll their eyes. People say, "Oh, I could see that happening." That's fair.
Is he still the biggest fight, do you believe, for you in the division, or are you sort of
moved? Or GSP?
GSP, yeah. If you had to choose what the biggest fight for Ben Askren would be.
A gigantic, humongous fight. I mean, Colby's not a star. Marty's not a star. These are guys that they're not nearly as big or as popular as they think they are. And GSP's star, I would say, still dwarfs both of those guys.
It's fascinating, right? Because we're in this time of money fights, and I know that when you came to the UFC, you said you wanted to prove that you are the best. So I'm just trying to figure out which trajectory you're on. In an ideal scenario, right, the end of the rainbow, would it be, you fighting for the belt against, Colby, Kamaru, whoever is the champion then, or would it be a fight against GSP, a guy that, people
but
consider...
GSP proves you're the best. GSP might not have the belt, but you beat GSP, man. You're a legend.
I just wonder, at the start of the interview, you were kind of like, hopefully I get the win. Hopefully it goes well. We'll see. Which is kind of very, very true to you, right? Kind of seemingly laid back, but behind the scenes taking it very seriously. How important is this fight for your career? When you look at the UFC trajectory, how you came in, the loss to Masvidal.
This is huge.
Yeah.
This is huge. If I can't get the win here, I might be in trouble.
You wouldn't retire afterwards, would you? If things didn't go your way?
I'd have to think about it, but man, if I don't win this fight, I'm knocked way down the rung. So I don't think that's going to happen, but I'm gonna get in there and mix it up, and then after that, we'll have to see where it goes.
Well, there you guys go, Ben Askren. He's headlining UFC Singapore. Just quickly, Ben, as we wrap up, we see The Rock is going to be putting the BMF title around the waist of the winner at Madison Square Garden. I just got to ask you, man, if you ever sort of fight for one of those titles, is there a pro wrestler that you'd like to wrap the title around your waist?
Pro wrestler. I would. Let's go with Will Ferrell.
Oh, Will Ferrell. Why Will Ferrell? That'd be awesome.
I don't know. I think he's hilarious. That's it. No good reason.
All right. He'll be wearing the Anchorman suit.
Yeah, and I feel like he'd be dressed as Ben Askren, try to get the curly hair, shorts, and everything. That guy loves to be in character. So before he...